Hey guys, Grant here. I'm doing a quick video on how to strip apart your pump on your Yamaha jet ski. I don't know what models this covers. Mine's a 2012 FX SHO Cruiser. I think it covers all the 2012 FX models, possibly the VX models. I think 2011, I'm not sure how far back, 2013 I know it does because they're pretty much exactly the same. So let's get into it. Tools we need: I've got 1/2" drive socket with a bit of an extension on it. Two sockets, you need 12mm and a 14mm, a couple of different types. 10mm spanner, flat blade screwdriver, and if I've got a little ratchet here with a 5mm Allen key tip in it. You could just use a normal 5mm Allen key. This works a little bit quicker. Some of the stuff you have to do is a bit tricky to get your hands into. Alright, so the first thing I've done, put it in reverse, drop the reverse gate down, come over here. Now, hopefully we can see that. Just here, there's a little spring connection there, pull that back, and it's just got a ball on it. Mine's got a bit of a twist in it. So I'm going to have to look at adjusting that because it's a little frustrating trying to get it apart. So there, it pops off. This one you'll see the job is usually a lot easier. Just pull it, come off. That's your trim adjustment. Push the jet up and down. That's obviously your reverse gate. So now the reverse gate we can pick up and drop down. Leave it up for now. We'll have a look here. This is a steering linkage. 5mm Allen key. I've got a 10mm, there's a lock nut, 10mm spanner. I've already undone it, so we'll just pull that off. And then we go up onto the top here. This is where I use my little ratchet. You could use an Allen key and come in over the top there and do it. But I prefer to do it this way. This will drop down. It's a bit easier. The thread's kind of fine and pretty long because obviously having steering come apart mid-ride would not be good, so there's quite a bit of thread on there. And then obviously the little 10mm lock nut. There's a washer that sits on the top and the bottom. They're here. I didn't put them back on, but so take that off. And then the next job is the pump. Now you can see there's 4 bolts. 1, 2, and then at the bottom one there. You can see it. Hopefully, yeah, just there, and then another one just there. So I'll undo them. That's using your extension, your socket with the extension. Just work on them, and they'll come apart. Now the other thing I forgot to mention is a lot of you will have it. There's a rubber piece that covers everything up. That's probably the first thing I took out because basically that stops you hosing out all of this assembly at the back here, getting all the salt out of there and spraying it down. So I took that rubber thing out. All it does is soften the exhaust noise, which is over here. There's your exhaust. Other thing take off is, as you can see, my bodgy one with the little tap. That's your little jet come out the top. So we'll take that out. Just a flat blade screwdriver. I'll pop that off. There's 2 12mm bolts as well. 10mm, you'll need a 10mm socket to get that rubber plate out. There's a bunch that sort of go around down onto these points, a couple up along here. Throw that away, don't even bother with it. I've kept it just in case. It might affect my warranty, but shouldn't do because it'll just make everything rust. So yeah, I'll take that off. Take these there's two 12mm bolts, these little ones that hold that in up there, pop them out, and then yeah, the 4 14mm. So I'll do that and we'll come back. Okay, so now we've got that assembly off. All we do is pull the whole lot out. You see it just drops out. Take that plate out. I keep that in there, that plate. I mean, I don't know if it's needed, but it's probably there to keep everything in place. Pull that off. Now there's your linkage, there's a little hose here that goes down the back there. just onto that little, you might not be able to see it, it's right down the back. Just here. So that's when we put it back in, we've got to just slide that on. There's no hose clamp on it. Little speed wheels there. We don't need to worry about that unless we take out the right plate. So that's our steering part of the assembly. Have a look at the amount of sand and crap that's in mine. So I'll give that a little good clean out. Now this is your prop assembly. Oh, now all you need to do, that's all held in with those 4 bolts we took out. These ones, that's what they look like there. They run all the way through that other assembly out into the back and bolt in. But with them out, all we need is a little flat blade screwdriver, and as you can see just up here there's a little prying spot. Now, it's not the easiest to get to. I just pull this apart. So we just stick that in there and just lever it. And there's another one down the bottom here. Just get in there, give it a lever because it is all sealed. Well, it is originally from factory, but most of the dealers I don't think pull it apart. And then all we do is give that a yank. And basically we're pulling the whole drive shaft out. With this, it's got a split. There we go. Pull that out. There's the prop. As you can see, mine, that plate's alright. That one's taken a decent knock. That one has as well, so I get a bit of vibration there. You can see where it hit all this. Good old rocks. All in here. So yeah, it's got a bit of corrosion and so forth. So it's a good idea to try and pull all this apart. That's a spline. I want to try not to get too much dirt and so forth. Has a bit of grease on there. So that's it. And basically, when you pull that out, like mine, I had a piece jammed right on this edge. Pull that out. You've got the whole pump tunnel here. See mine? I've got something jammed in there and it's worn away the tunnel slightly, which I wasn't happy about, but you know, that's what you get. And then putting it all back together is just the reverse what we did. Slide that all back in. I'll give it all a clean up and I'll show you. Alright, so I've given everything a bit of a clean up. Wiped it all out, wiped the bits of rust, sprayed it all down with lanolin. And we just got to put it back in. So see out the back of the tunnel there, there's the little hole that the drive shaft spline runs into. So we'll put that in. So pushing this back in, it's a little bit tricky. You got to sort of get that spline to line up inside, so it's a matter of moving the prop. Everything's really tight tolerance, so getting it lined up just nice. The spline will be the first thing to line up and slide in before this does. Well, that's alright, but obviously the prop, as you can kind of see in there, the prop is right up against that tunnel, which is pretty much what you want. Mine usually has a little bit of a gap after it got jammed. So once we get it, it's nice and tight. Push it in. Once you're in far enough, there's some little locking tabs that will line it up nice and straight. That's I think the bearing housing for the drive shaft. So that's in. Keep our trim there, everything out of the way, and get the other piece. Okay, so when we start putting this back together, sliding the steering, trim, etc. assembly on, get the steering linkage in between the alloy and the plastic here, and then your reverse gate one just sits up there, and the other trim one sit over the top nice and easy. Now holding it down here, by holding it all up, can't move side to side, it'll all line up properly. And put the plate and the two top bolts back in. So we've got these 4 bolts, the top 2, the bottom 2, there, and then here 2. You'll hold the plate on at the top and just tighten all of them up. Just put your hose back on, your little jet hose back on there, and tighten up the hose clamp. Okay, so the next job, put this, put your steering linkage back in. That's make sure you don't forget the washers. Just screw that down. Nip it up. Nice and tight. And then washer and your little nut, lock nut. Spanner. Actually, when I'm doing this, it's pushing it back in. So put the trim linkage back on, just pulling that back, sliding it in, like so, lock it in, and then you reverse. Just a matter of fixing up this. For some reason there's a lot of twist in this. There's a little nut there I can use to adjust it, but I'll just twist it and line it up. So that's about it. Got our linkages all back on nice and tight. Check that. Locked into neutral now. Steering's all on. Hose. Sure. Slip it back into reverse. That hose that runs down the side of the pump is back on right at the back. It's a bit of a tight squeeze and you won't really be able to see where it's gone back on. I'll be pushing it back on. Yeah, that one's down the back there. And that's it. All done. Everything's stripped out and cleaned and put back together. Good luck. It's not the easiest job in the world, but it's not all that difficult either. It doesn't require too many tools. I'm not sure what a dealer would charge, probably quite a bit. That's why I decided to do it myself, because this happens quite regularly, getting stuff stuck up there. I ride too regularly to have to wait for book it in, take it to the dealer and all that sort of stuff down at the time, so it's just easier to do it at home. Yeah, good luck. So that's about it. Got our linkages all back on nice and tight. Check that. It's locked into neutral now. Steering's all on. Hose. Sure. into reverse. That hose that runs down the side of the pump is back on right at the back. It's a bit of a tight squeeze and you won't really be able to see where it's gone back on, or me pushing it back on. Yeah, that one's down the back there. And that's it. All done. Everything's stripped out and cleaned and put back together. Good luck. It's not the easiest job in the world, but it's not all that difficult either. It doesn't require too many tools. I'm not sure what a dealer would charge, probably quite a bit. That's why I decided to do it myself, because it happens quite regularly, getting stuff stuck up there. I ride too regularly to have to wait for book it in, take it to the dealer and all that sort of stuff. Don't have the time, so it's just easier to do it at home. Yeah, good luck.